So hello Sri Lankan fans, today we are going to talk about the first test match between Sri Lanka and New Zealand, and we will review the play of first 2 days. So if we talk about Sri Lanka's position in this test match, they are I think on the back foot. Despite posting a very decent score 302 on board with the conditions not really helpful for the batters, still they are not in the best of the positions in this test match. Despite rather New Zealand are right in the game and are only 50 runs behind with 6 wickets in hand, with 6 wickets remaining, and Tom Blundell and Daryl Mitchell have played a really crucial innings and have built a good partnership. So if we review the first 2 days, let's start with the first day. Sri Lanka batting first, and as usual, Sri Lanka went with two frontline seamers and two spinners, which is absolutely fine because if you're playing at Sri Lanka at home, you have to go with at least two spinners. And the third option with Dhananjay D Silva, a very handy off spin option at home in spin conditions. And then there was a slight, not slight, a good batting change in batting order. Chandimal promoted at 3, and uh, Kusal Mendes demoted at number 7, and somehow Kamindu Mendes made way at number 5. I really like that move from Sri Lanka's selection committee, because Kamindu Mendes, the way he's been playing, the form he's absolutely in on another planet. If we talk about his test career, a very short test career so far, but his test career has been really impressive. So you have to give the most of the time to your best performing batters, a maximum the maximum possible time to your best performing batter, and number 5 is not a bad option for him to play. Chandimal at number 3 is also a decent choice because he's got a too much experience. And if we talk about Kusal Mendes, who had been playing at number 3 for Sri Lanka for a long time in Test cricket, hasn't been among the runs in recent times, and he has not enjoyed at batting at number 3 recently. So that's a good move. And with giving gloves to Kusal Mendes, number 7 is a good position for him, playing as a wicket keeper, and giving some relief to Chandimal, and playing at number 3 as a specialist batter. But another solution could be with Kamindu batting at 3, Chandimal right there at 5, at his own position. But somehow, even he's promoted with two positions up in the batting order. That's also fine. So if we talk about Sri Lanka's batting performance in first innings, Pathum Nisanka started well, quick fire 27 on 25 balls. Then Karunaratne got out early, and William O'Rourke was very impressive. A right arm seamer bowling in Sri Lanka's conditions. It's always challenging for conditions for seamers bowling in Sri Lanka, but he's got a fifer playing in Sri Lanka, and that is a really big thing because he's replacing the great Trent Boult in Test cricket. So he gave early breakthrough to Sri Lanka. Then Angelo Matthews and Chandimal build some partnership of some runs, and gave Sri Lanka a fair chance to play in the strangled conditions, and in bowling friendly conditions, challenging conditions for the batters. And then comes Kamindu Mendes, the man whom I'm talking about, scores another 100, and it takes Sri Lanka in the driver's seat. Sri Lanka was absolutely in the game with 281 for 5. Kusal Mendes and Kamindu Mendes were playing, but then as Kusal Mendes got out at 281 for 5, he scored 50 anyway in 61 balls, and he was really good. And That is what I'm talking about. He is enjoyed at number 7 because he seems to be an aggressive batter, and if you have to play aggressively, uh, it's not bad for you to bat at number 7 and playing as a specialist wicketkeeper batter, and play with free arms, with free and freedom. So Sri Lanka, I'm talking about Sri Lanka were right in the game with 281 for 5. But then New Zealand came back and folded them out at 302. They lost 5 wickets within 22 runs, despite having two set batters in Kamindu Mendes and Kusal Mendes. And that is why they are right in the game, because they have folded Sri Lanka in the end as a under score. Not the under score if we talk about before the start of the innings, but that was an under score. If we look their scoreboard at the halfway, they were 281 for 5. They should have scored at least over 350, closer to 400, but that is what test cricket means. And if one or two session goes good for you, it is always good for you. Then Sri Lanka bats out at 302. Then New Zealand comes to bat, and they bat really deep. Williamson scores 50, Latham scores 50 and goes out for 70. Then everybody contributes to the team. Daryl Mitchell, Rachin Ravindra, everybody. Right now, if we talk about Daryl Mitchell and Tom Blundell are playing, and they have scored significant runs for their side, and they have put their team in the driver's seat on the driver's seat. Today's play has been done, and if we talk about right now, to which side this test match is going, definitely New Zealand are favorite. But if Sri Lanka come back on day 3 strongly and fold New Zealand out on low score, as low as possible, then this test match will be very interesting, because fourth innings New Zealand will have to chase, and it won't be easy, and it's never easy for any team to chase in the fourth innings if you Asana country and not really aware of playing in Asian conditions against spin. So I am really eager to see Sri Lanka spinners on next 3 days, and will love to see a significant part of some help from their seamers as they did in England. And best of the luck for Sri Lanka in the next on the next remaining days.